Turning 70 does not mean your best years are behind you. Two people can be the same age and live two very different lives. One climbs stairs with ease, cooks her own meals, and laughs freely with her grandchildren. The other struggles to rise from a chair and depends on others for simple daily tasks. Genetics play a role, but daily habits matter just as much. Small choices, repeated for years, quietly shape how you age. Today we look at 5 habits that can hurt your health after 70. Pay close attention to habit number 4. Most people never notice it until it's too late. Stay until the very end, because after these 5 habits, 3 simple daily actions await you. Nothing complicated, nothing expensive, just small changes that fit into any ordinary day. Before we begin, tell me in the comments how old you are and where you're watching from. It's always wonderful to see how far this community reaches. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing to Father's Love. We share simple, honest wisdom to help you stay healthy, strong, and independent as you age. Habit number 1 is spending too many hours sitting still each day. Meet Walter, 72, a man proud of his morning walking routine. Every day he circles his neighborhood block for a full 30 minutes. That single walk, he believes, is exercise enough to last him. Once home, though, Walter's body barely moves again until bedtime. Breakfast happens seated, and the morning paper gets read seated too. Lunch passes in the same chair, followed by hours of television. By nightfall, thousands of morning steps are followed by almost none. One good walk cannot undo 9 hours of near total stillness. Muscles that never get asked to work start quietly losing strength. Blood flow slows down, and blood sugar control becomes less efficient over time. Inflammation can rise too, all without a single obvious symptom. Nothing about this feels dramatic in the moment, and that's the real danger. Legs that once carried Walter easily up the stairs begin to feel heavier. Rising from a chair turns from an easy motion into a small struggle. Months later, these small struggles add up to real lost independence. It isn't only about total hours seated, it's about how long without moving. Fortunately, the fix here doesn't require a gym membership or fancy equipment. Every 30 minutes, simply stand up and walk to another room. Stretch your arms overhead, then rotate your ankles slowly in both directions. Whenever it feels safe, add a touch of resistance to the movement. Rise from a sturdy chair 5 times in a row without stopping. Push gently against a wall, or carry your own light grocery bag. These small efforts challenge your muscles more than walking alone ever could. Keep that morning walk going. It genuinely does your body good. Just don't let it be the only movement you get all day long. A body that moves every half hour stays capable years longer than one that doesn't. Walter later admitted the hardest part was simply remembering to stand up. If you often sit for hours without realizing it, type, "I do this" below. Let's see exactly how many of us share this very same habit. A simple reminder can fix what willpower alone often can't. A kitchen timer, a phone alarm, even a sticky note on the fridge all work. Set one today for 30 minutes from now and see what happens. When it rings, stand, stretch, and take 10 steps before sitting again. Small as it sounds, this single habit protects the independence you value most. And independence, more than almost anything else, is worth protecting after 70. Habit number 2 is taking multiple medications without ever reviewing them together. This does not mean stopping any medicine on your own. Never do that. Many medications are genuinely protecting your health and keeping you stable. The real problem shows up when nobody looks at the full list at once. Meet Diane, 76, juggling 5 different prescriptions from 3 different doctors. One pill manages her blood pressure, and another controls her blood sugar. A third eases her joint pain, and a fourth helps her sleep at night. Vitamins and 2 old supplements round out her daily routine. Each medicine was added for a good reason at a different point in time. Doctors call this pattern polypharmacy, and it's more common than most people realize. Diane's heart doctor focuses only on her heart, and her endocrinologist focuses only on her sugar. Nobody has recently sat down and looked at everything together. That gap is exactly where quiet problems tend to begin. One medicine causes drowsiness, another slightly lowers blood pressure, a third brings dizziness. Alone, each side effect seems minor, almost forgettable. Combined, though, they can add up to something far more serious. For someone over 70, dizziness isn't just uncomfortable, it raises the risk of falling. A fall can mean a broken hip, a hospital stay, and months of lost strength. Some people never fully return to the independence they had before that fall. Certain medications can also interfere with how your body absorbs key nutrients. That interference can quietly contribute to fatigue or unexplained weakness. So what exactly should you do about this? Once a year, gather every single thing you take, no exceptions. Prescription medicine, over-the-counter pills, vitamins, and supplements should all go in one bag. Hand that bag to your doctor or pharmacist and ask one clear question. Do I still need this one? Ask it about every single item. Ask whether anything on the list might interact with something else you take. Ask whether any dose still matches your current needs, not your needs from years ago. Sometimes a medicine from years back is still exactly right for you today. Sometimes the dose needs adjusting, and sometimes something can be dropped entirely. That decision always belongs to a health professional, never to guesswork alone. The goal isn't taking the fewest pills possible, it's taking only the right ones. Diane's review found one supplement that hadn't done anything useful in years. Removing it didn't just simplify her routine, it also lifted a lingering fog she'd stopped noticing. If you currently take 2 or more medications daily, comment yes below. I'd like to see just how many of you are managing the exact same thing. Habit number 3 is sleeping poorly, or sleeping at a different time every night. Many people over 70 accept bad sleep as simply part of getting older. I'm older now, I just don't need as much rest, they tell themselves. But sleep isn't passive rest. Your body is hard at work while you're unconscious. Your brain clears out waste built up over the day. Your immune system quietly prepares to fight off illness. Blood pressure drops, giving your heart a genuine period of recovery. Muscles repair themselves, and essential hormones get properly regulated. In short, sleep is your body's nightly maintenance shift. Meet George, 74, who stays up past midnight most nights watching television. Some nights he drifts off on the couch instead of in his bed. Other nights he heads to bed early, exhausted before it even gets dark. He wakes at a completely different time every single morning. At first, George only notices needing extra coffee and feeling drowsy by afternoon. But irregular sleep isn't only about next-day tiredness. Over months and years, it can affect inflammation, blood pressure, and blood sugar. It can even weaken immune function in ways you never directly feel. Researchers have linked poor sleep to telomeres, the protective caps on our chromosomes. Shorter telomeres are associated with faster biological aging. In other words, your sleep habits may shape more than tomorrow's energy. They may shape how gracefully your entire body handles the aging process. So what does better sleep actually look like in practice? Go to bed around the same time every single night, no exceptions. Wake up around the same time each morning, even on weekends. Aim for roughly 7 to 8 hours, adjusted for your own needs. 1 hour before bed, turn off the television, tablet, and phone completely. Give your brain a real chance to slow down instead of scrolling. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and as quiet as you can manage. If you wake during the night, resist the urge to check your phone. Scrolling through messages or news only makes your brain more alert, not less. Instead, stay still, breathe slowly, and simply give yourself time. If loud snoring, gasping, or daytime sleepiness continues, talk to your doctor. Sometimes poor sleep has a real medical cause worth investigating properly. George started a fixed bedtime routine and noticed the fog lifting within 2 weeks. Protecting your sleep after 70 isn't laziness, it's protecting your brain and heart both. If sleep has been a struggle for you, comment, "I want to sleep better" below. Habit number 4 is simply not drinking enough water. This one sneaks up easily, because thirst gets weaker as we age. You can go hours without a drink and still feel completely fine. Feeling fine, though, doesn't always mean your body actually has enough water. Meet Margaret, 78, who has 1 small cup of coffee at breakfast. After that, her day fills up fast with chores and phone calls. Housework, television, cooking lunch, and a long chat with her daughter fill the hours. By late afternoon, she suddenly realizes she's barely had anything to drink. Margaret isn't avoiding water on purpose. She simply forgets, day after day. And this pattern, repeated often enough, becomes a genuine problem. Water touches nearly everything your body does every single hour. It helps blood circulate, it supports your kidneys, and it regulates body temperature. When water runs low, your blood becomes more concentrated than it should be. Your heart works harder just to move that thicker blood around. Your kidneys, meanwhile, have less water available to flush out waste. Your brain feels it too. Even mild dehydration can bring tiredness and fog. Some of that fog gets blamed on age when hydration is the real culprit. Your joints need water as well, especially the cartilage that cushions them. Staying hydrated genuinely helps stiff knees and hips feel less stiff. So, how do you stay ahead of dehydration instead of chasing it? Start the moment you wake up, with one full glass of water. Keep a bottle within eyesight, beside your chair, or on the table. What you can see, you're far more likely to actually drink. Water-rich foods help too. Cucumber, watermelon, oranges, and homemade soups all count. Pay attention in the bathroom as well, believe it or not. Pale yellow urine usually means you're reasonably hydrated. Darker urine is simply your body's gentle reminder to drink more. Of course, some heart or kidney conditions require limiting fluids. If your doctor has given specific instructions, always follow those instead. For everyone else, the lesson stays refreshingly simple. Don't wait for thirst. By the time you feel it, you're already behind. Margaret now keeps a bottle on her kitchen table, and she notices the difference by evening. Less fog, fewer afternoon headaches, and just a little more energy overall. Many people over 70 do exactly what Margaret used to do without realizing it. If this sounds familiar, comment "agree" below, and let's see how common it really is. Small habit, big difference. Water might be the easiest fix on this entire list. Habit number 5 is slowly withdrawing from people without ever meaning to. This habit rarely feels like a habit, it feels like circumstance. A friend passes away, driving gets harder, and grandchildren live farther away than before. Little by little, the calendar empties, and nobody quite decides that on purpose. Meet Arthur, 79, who used to play cards with friends every single week. Over 2 years, 3 of those friends passed away, one after another. Arthur never replaced those evenings, he simply stopped playing cards altogether. His days now pass mostly at home, television on, phone rarely ringing. Loneliness, unlike stress, often creeps in so gradually it goes unnoticed for years. Research links chronic loneliness to higher risks of heart disease and even earlier decline in memory. It isn't just an emotional issue, it's a genuinely physical one too. Isolation can raise inflammation in the body, much like chronic stress does. It can also quietly reduce motivation to cook well, move, or even leave the house. One missed connection leads to another missed connection, and momentum works against you. Arthur's daughter noticed the change before he'd stopped mentioning any plans. She started calling every Sunday just to check in and talk for a while. That single weekly call, small as it sounds, became something Arthur genuinely looked forward to. Connection doesn't need to be constant to matter, it needs to be consistent. So what can you actually do if this sounds familiar to your own life? Start with one person, a call, a text, or a short visit works. Rebuild one small ritual, a weekly lunch, a regular walk, a standing phone call. Community centers, libraries, and local senior groups often welcome new faces warmly. Even a weekly class, book club, or volunteer shift can rebuild connection surprisingly fast. If leaving home is difficult, video calls can genuinely help close some of that gap. Pets help too. A dog that needs walking gets you outside and talking to neighbors. Arthur eventually joined a Tuesday walking group at his local park. 6 months later, he described himself as busier than I've been in years. Busy, in this case, is exactly the right kind of tired to feel. Loneliness doesn't announce itself loudly, it simply gets quieter and quieter over time. Noticing the silence is the first step toward filling it again. If your circle has gotten smaller over the years, comment "me too" below. You are absolutely not alone in feeling that way, even when it feels that way. This community exists partly for exactly this reason. Connection, even here, still counts. Reach out today to one person you haven't spoken with in a while. It doesn't need to be a big gesture. A simple hello is more than enough. Sometimes the smallest reconnection opens the door to everything that follows. Now you know all 5 habits, but knowing is only half the work. Stay with me, because 3 simple daily actions tie everything together. Each one touches more than one habit we just discussed. The first action: include protein in every single meal, not just dinner. After 70, your body responds to protein less efficiently than it used to. Doctors call this anabolic resistance. Muscles need a stronger signal to stay strong. Most people load protein at dinner and barely touch it at breakfast. A better approach spreads protein evenly across breakfast, lunch, and dinner. At breakfast, that might mean eggs or a bowl of Greek yogurt. At lunch, chicken, fish, beans, or tofu all work perfectly well. At dinner, include protein again instead of asking one meal to do everything. Nuts make an easy addition too, whether in a meal or as a snack. Protein doesn't just build muscle, it supports bones, immunity, and tissue repair as well. Strong legs help you rise from a chair without a second thought. Strong hips make stairs and grocery bags feel manageable instead of daunting. Tomorrow, simply ask yourself at each meal, where is my protein? The second action is the one we already covered. Stand up every 30 minutes. Sit for half an hour, then rise, stretch, and take a short walk. During commercials, during phone calls, or between chapters of a book, this works. Movement doesn't require workout clothes. Walking to the kitchen counts completely. Carrying laundry counts. Opening the door yourself counts. Standing while you talk counts. None of these moments look impressive, but together they add up enormously. The third action happens right before bed. Call it the 10-minute reset. First, drink 1 glass of water, unless your doctor has told you otherwise. Second, look at tomorrow's medications and ask yourself why each one is there. You're not deciding to stop anything, you're simply staying aware. If one confuses you, write its name down for your next appointment. Third, and perhaps hardest, put your phone in another room entirely. One more headline can lead to another, and sleep quietly slips away. Give your mind a clear, quiet signal that the day has ended. Together, these 3 actions take less than 10 minutes total. Notice how much ground they cover: hydration, medication awareness, and better sleep, all at once. Healthy aging rarely needs one dramatic change to work. It usually needs a few small choices, repeated at the right time, every single day. Tonight, before you sleep, try the full 10-minute reset for yourself. So what should you actually take from all of this? Health after 70 rarely comes down to one big decision. It comes down to ordinary things repeated daily that are easy to overlook. You don't need to fix everything at once, starting tomorrow morning. Choose the one habit that felt most familiar to you today. Work on that first and let it become part of your normal routine. If you take prescription medications or manage a health condition, talk with your doctor first. General advice should never replace care that's specific to you. And please, don't judge yourself for habits you've carried for years without knowing better. If this video helped you, share it with someone over 70 who needs to hear it too. Tell me in the comments which habit surprised you the most today, and I'll see you in the next one.